Welcome to DM Astrology. Today we are going to see a very powerful topic about soul. See, without the soul, there is no value of the body. Until and unless soul is attached with the body, the person is alive, and once the soul leaves the body, the person is considered as a dead. So today we are going to see a various way by which we will able to see how pure your soul is. So let us check in your chart that how pure your soul is. Does your soul is indicating some encumbrance of past life? Does your soul is having some purity, or does your soul is having some suffering? So let us start with the soul. Now to see the soul in the chart, we have a first house. In first house there is a body, in first house there is a sun. And sun we believe is a karak of a soul, significator of a soul. Because from the sun a small light comes to our body, and that is a main. In other sense we call that is a DNA, that is a soul. So your DNA follow your paternity. Same way here also, sun is also considered as a father, forefather. So first of all you have to see the sun position in the chart. So sun being a significator of first house, how it is placed. That is the first question to access how your soul is. Very simple. So you see whether your soul is placed in first house, that means you have some more attachment with the body in this life, and it will be not considered good for immunity, vitality based things, because when body is too much attached with the soul, it cannot work freely. That is why in Shastra it is called Karako Bhava Nashaya. If Karak has place, if the significator plays in the house, it will destroy the house. It goes deep into the house. That is why a person cannot get the desired result. So that is you have to check how the sun position is. If sun is placed in 4th house, very pure soul. If in 7th house, you always care about others, and in the 10th house means your soul is came for some good deeds. If your soul is in your sun is in the 5th house, that means there is some connection of this life to the earlier life. And if it is in 9th house, your sun is placed in 9th house, that means your soul will be connecting to the next life. In next life, you will be getting same soul with the human body. After that, if sun is placed in the 2nd house, your soul is following same family. If soul is in the 3rd house, if the sun placed in the 3rd house, means you will be going to travel, astral travel, or your soul may be travel to some other place. If sun is placed in 11th house, that means, that is why sun in 11th house it says neutral. So your soul is neutral. There is very less connectivity with others, and you immediately connect with others, you immediately detach with others. So that exercise or that beauty you have in your soul. If sun is placed in 6th house, so your soul has came here to suffer, and that is why we say that sun in the 6th house, that means the person is having some disease, some paternal pattern by which he will be going to suffer. So that will be sun in the 6th house. Sun in the 8th house, very feared. The soul is came into the fear in the body. So you will be always having some kind of fear, anxiety, or some kind of negative part of your soul. And if soul is in 12th house, it's very less. If sun is, see, whenever I say soul, it is a sun. If sun is in 12th house, that means you will not going to listen to your inner voice, your soul, and because of that there will be a distance for your moksha. So first of all you have to locate where is your sun from first house. Now see the relation between body and the soul. See, body means first house lord, ascendant lord, and your sun. So that relation you have to check. Suppose you are born in the Aries ascendant, then your body lord is Mars and sun, both are friend. If you born in the Aries or Scorpio, it's a Mars. If you born in the Taurus and Libra, that is a Venus. So here in this life you are taken birth for the kind of a pleasure, and you will be going to less listen to your soul. As the Taurus ascendant is a matter of a pleasure, and as the Libra, we all know it's a double-headed sign for the Venus, for the Sun. So that is why it's an enmity. If your Sun, if you born in the Gemini ascendant, then body lord is Mercury and Sun. Both are neutral. So sometime body will go with the rhythm of a soul, sometime it will not listen. Being it's a neutral, not opposing, not supporting. Then if you born in the Cancer ascendant, your body and soul has a friends, so it goes along with each other. If you born in the Leo ascendant, your body lord and your soul lord both are Sun, they will go parallel each other. If your ascendant is Sagittarius or Pisces, your ascendant lord is Jupiter, and that has a good friendship with the Sun, and it will also go good along with each other. So it will listen, as we listen our guru, our mentor, the soul also will follow the guru or mentor. If you born in the Capricorn and Aquarius, it's a enemy sign for Saturn and Sun. So there will be always a conflict between body and soul, body and soul. So this is also very much to be seen, how your body and how is your soul. Accordingly also you have to see whether your body is parallel, matching action with your soul or not. Then we already see where the Sun is placed. That is very, very important. We have already seen where Sun is placed. We have seen all the 12th house by which we come to know. Also you have to see the company that Sun is having, with whom it is sitting. That is also very important. Now in D9 chart, it is very important to look at the Sun. In D9 chart, it shows the inner power of a soul. See, soul always having a inside enlightenment power. When you check in the D9 chart, then you will be really come to know how it is placed. Whether it is a Vargottama, whether it is a Bhavottama, whether it is in own sign. See, I am talking about D9 chart. In D9 chart, if your Sun is a Vargottama, Bhavottama, if it is in the own sign, if it is exalted, if it is in the friendly sign, that means your inner voice, you are going to listen your inner voice, that better it is. So that will be the best for the soul. And if it is in the enemy sign in the D9 chart, if it is in the double-headed sign, if it is a neutral sign or 6, 8 in 12 house in the D9 chart, that means your inner voice you always try to suppress. You have to check whether it's in the main chart your Sun is good or in D9 chart is good. So maybe your action doesn't follow the soul, but internally you are feeling everything. And see, whenever we see the inner voice also. So inner voice is a D9 chart, how the Sun is placed. So that Vargottam, Bhavottama, exalted on, that you have to check. Then you have to also check Sun sign. You must have to see the Sun sign in D1, D9 and D60. There is a secret lies in that. Which Sun sign it is in D1, D9, D60. Because D1 means your outer behavior of your soul. D9 is your inner voice of your soul. And D60 means the deeds you have done in the past life that connects this life. So that beautiful it is. So you have to check both, all the three, how your soul is appearing outside, which sign it is. And I have already discussed all the sign, how it will be in Jupiter sign, in Mercury sign, in the Venus sign, all the sign we have seen. So how it is placed in D1, D9 and D60, that you have to compare how it is placed. See the Sudarshan Chakra or Sudarshan chart. In Sudarshan chart we have a Sun, Moon and Ascendant, or some says Ascendant, Moon and Sun. So in that the Sun chart you have to see, and whoever planet placed 6, 8 and 12 from Sun. You can see in your main chart also, whoever a planet is seated 6, 8 and 12 from your Sun, where your Sun is placed. Suppose your Sun is placed in 4th house. So whatever the planet seated in 9th house, 11th house and 12th house, 3rd house. In these 3 houses, whoever a planet is there, he will try to oppose your soul voice. If it's a moon, if it is the ascendant lord, if it is the Jupiter, whoever will sit 6, 8 and 12 from your sun will try to pull the things on the other side. Your soul is not liking. See, sometimes you always say, I don't feel that I should do this. My soul, my inner voice, my conscience is biting, but still you do, because it's opposite 6, 8 and 12 from your sun sign where sun is placed, and that dasha is running. You got my point? So that is also very important. So sun sign lord relation with the sun, that is also very important. If your sun sign, sun is placed in the Sagittarius and sun, both are friend. So sun sign lord relation with the sun, that is also very important. See, sun as a planet is different, is a soul is different, and where sun is placed, we call it as a dispository theory. So both have to check how they are. Now then you have to check how far the distance between sun and your Rahu and Ketu. Sun, Rahu and Sun, Ketu has to be checked, because sun is your soul, Rahu is your past deeds, sun is a soul, and Ketu is your pending deeds. So these two has to be checked. From sun, how far the Rahu is placed. That is why when sun Rahu is together, we call it as a Grahan Yoga. You will not able to see or face your soul voice or soul outer layer. And if sun Ketu is there, whatever lies inside your soul, that you will never reveal. You will meet your person to whom you have soul connection, but you will never know that this is the right person to whom I have something. See, sun Rahu means you have to take so many things from others, and that is why that Shanti is must to be done, because that is the encumbrance of a past life. Whatever the encumbrance of you in the past life, that will be seen if you have a sun Rahu. Your soul has same followed this family. You are a elderly person, or you are the ancestor of this same family, and during your past life you are not able to perform your things, and that is why you are again taken in the same family you are born, and now you are going to fulfill. So whenever sun Rahu is there, it is immediately you have to do the Shanti, because those whose chart sun Rahu is there, you will see that family must have some story, and that is also negative kind of a story, either suicidal, either anything that is negatively reveals. There are so many things, so that you have to see the distance between sun and Rahu. If sun and Rahu is Kendra, if sun and Rahu is Trikon, it is very bad. You need to do Shanti. You need to pay back all your past life deeds. Sun Ketu is also there. You will not able to listen your inner voice if sun Ketu is there, because Ketu have no sense. Sun like to show everything, but Ketu try to be a clouded, so it will not allow the soul to work. So sun Rahu and sun Ketu, that is also one thing. Those having sun debilitated, that means their soul power has been suppressed. See, normally those who born between the 15th October to 15th November, approximately as per the Nerian system, during that period, those who born from 17th October to 14th of November, their sun will comes in the Libra only, and their soul, their sun is debilitated. Debilitated planet means it has been suppressed. They are the people, they know what is right, what is wrong, but they cannot able to speak. So that is a soul power got suppressed. So you always need to do the remedy for your sun. You have to lift your sun. You have to come out and show your courage. You have to open your heart. You have to open your soul power. Right? So there's a yoga, meditation, or you can do the Aditya Hriday Stotra. You can do the offering the water to the sun, and all the Gayatri Mantra, all the remedy you should perform to uplift your soul power. So if sun is debilitated, the sun soul power got suppressed. Then sun with the enemy placement. If your sun is placed with Saturn, right? Sun plus Venus, sun plus Saturn, sun plus Rahu, and sun plus Ketu. This fourth placement of a sun is considered negative. If sun Venus is there, your soul will not listen and enjoy. We call it a kind of lust also. that even heart or soul doesn't want, but still you perform enjoying and not doing anything into the charity social. You only think about your soul, your body and enjoyment. Sun and Saturn is there. See, normally in Sun and Saturn we say that Sun is the father and Saturn is the son. So father is upper hand. But here, if the Saturn is combust, then only Sun has upper hand. But if Saturn is not combust, both are powerful. Then you have to see in the sign where it is placed who's more powerful. And normally I have seen Sun Saturn in the fight of a Sun Saturn, always Saturn wins, because Saturn has a deeds and Sun has a soul. So soul deeds, those having Sun Saturn together, they always have a conflict with elders. They always have a conflict with their father or fatherly person. Why? Because Sun is only alighting the things and Saturn only wants the deeds. So that is why you see the one generation, as suppose one generation are doing the job, then second generation will say, no, I will not do job, I will do business. If one generation is, and generation to generation somebody is doing business, his son will say, no, I will not join your business, I will go for the job. That is Sun Saturn, always being crossed. So Sun being a light man and Saturn being a deeds, here the deeds have a power and Saturn will be more powerful. Sun Rahu, Sun Ketu we have already discussed. Then who places 6 and 12 from Sun may cause a harm to the Sun. As I already say, check whichever planet has seated 6, 8 and 12 from Sun, they are going to cause a problem to your soul. Any planet, if the ascendant lord is there, Sun is there, Moon there, Rahu there, any planet is there, they try to oppose the voice of the Sun, and because of that you will be always being suppressed. You will be not able to give fully, and that reduce its power. Now, to get the soul power, one has to check whether you have a Sun Mahadasha going to come or not. If somebody born in the Sun Dasa, that means immediately he has had an earlier birth and he got this birth. So there is a very less gap between this. If you are lucky to have the Sun Dasa, because Sun Dasa, you can check my exception in Dasha, where I say if Sun Dasa is there in your life, that means you will be able to meet the soul to whom you have some connection in past life. I met all big gurus during my Sun Dasa. B.V. Raman, C.S. Patel sir, all great astrologer, all the great person I met in the Sun Dasa. So I will be very lucky that I met the soul to whom I have some connection in past life. So that is a time when you have a Sun Dasa, it will be a time where you will be meeting your soul. See, there is no deed exchange. There is no deed exchange, only you are able to see. And many, in my consultation, I have seen many people when I ask, they say, yes, we met the new people in this life. These are not a new people. Yes, they are a people to whom you have some connection in past life. Now they are joined again. So that beauty that they created by this Sun Mahadasa. Even if you have a Sun Antardasa, that the small period, 6 months, 2 months, 4 months, 8 months, 1 year, you got a time where you will be able to find somebody's. If you married in the Sun Dasa, that means you already have that connectivity with that person in your life. So Sun Dasa, if comes in your life, that's a beautiful time whereby you will be having some connection with your past life, you will again meet. In Rahu Dasa, I said to whom you have something pending, they will come and give you. In Ketu Dasa, you meet the person to whom you have something balance to pay. But that's only best Dasa. See, out of 120 years of this Vimsatari Dasa, 5%, that is 6 years, is given to the Sun. Least, because that's a time, that's a window it has opened to meet your soul people. See, to charge the Sun, if you wish to charge the Sun, daily wake up early in the morning before sunrise. Clean your body and just 5 to 10 minutes you can pray to the Sun. This is the place where sunlight should be go. So this is Agna Chakra. So in Agna Chakra, when Sun goes, whenever you pray Sun, that means you are getting some power for 2 days. You are getting some power for today. You are charge yourself. Now you should work. The another time to charge the Sun or soul is Abhijit Muhurat. There is 3 times before sunrise. Second is the Abhijit Murat. Normally 12:30 around that Abhijit Murat comes, that you can check in the this Panchanga. There also I have given Abhijit Murat in a Hanuman Jayanti video that what you have to do. So you can check that. So during the that period, that Abhijit Murat, you can stand before the sun and you can pray, you can do your wish, and that will be fulfilled. And third best time you will face during the day is a Godulika, that is a sunset time. Prior to 12 minutes before sunset and after sunset, this is a powerful period of 24 minutes when sun is about to leave. That is a time, whatever you wish to do, whatever the people you wish to meet, you want to exchange, that you can pray during this period. See, I advise you, if your sun is weak, don't ask for the material things. Always ask the soul power. If you have a soul power, then you will be able to beat anything in your life. So to charge your sun, you get a 3 time. Early morning in the sunrise, sunrise to 24 minutes, very active point, active period. Abhijit Murat, exactly a middle of a day, around 12:30 to 1 you will find. And third is a Godulikar or Goraj Murat. You can type the Goraj Murat, you will get all the detail. I also done the Goraj Murat video, you can search it. So in Goraj Murat, just about 12 minutes before sunset and after sunset, you can see what to do, that you have to decide. Just to chant the mantra, just to meditate, just to see the sun and get the power, that's the best time. And the another day where you can charge your sun is the Amavasya. During the Amavasya there is no moon, only sun power is there, so you can charge your sun. And there is a solar eclipse. On the day of a solar eclipse, when you sit and do the meditation, do the chanting of a sun mantra, that's the time you can do your charging of your sun, charging of your soul. And soul gets released from the encumbrance if you do unconditional things. This is the best thing that do help everyone. Whenever you feel your inner voice, yes, I have to help him, you help. That's the best. That inner voice is nothing like any voice. So by following your inner voice, you will be charging your soul and getting good power. So do connect with your soul, listen to your soul. Your body will be destroyed, but your soul remains forever. So always pray a soul and get a good power in your life. For that purpose, I have done this video. Hope you like, share, do like, share and subscribe my channel DM Astrology, and share this video also to others, so that this is also a good karmas to give somebody a direction that listen this video, you will be benefited. See, I do this video unconditionally. Those who get benefits, at least 1%, 2%, 5%, that my efforts will be fulfilled. So I also pray all you to do unconditional thing. This world is the best place where you can do your unconditional things, and you will be released from your past encumbrance. Whatever the bad things you have done, your soul has been witness of that bad things, that also can be wiped out. So my dear friends, do listen this carefully. For any kind of a query, you can contact me in the number it is given here. For consultation also you can connect. You can connect with my website. Now it is again been www.dmastrology.com. That is also website. You can connect me, Facebook, Instagram, many places you can connect me. So hope you like this video. Namaste. Thank you very much. God bless you.